Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start off this video with some good news. If you heard yesterday, we finally signed Jaylon Smith to a long-term extension on his contract. I don't know the numbers just yet, but I don't care. I'm just glad he's locked up, and I care more about where he came from and his journey to get to where he is now than anything else, because it's such a testimony, basically, of doing the right thing and whatnot. If you remember back during, I think it was 2014 draft, Jaylon was surely a top 5 pick, and some people said he was the best player in the draft, blah, blah, blah. But you can imagine his headspace in college, where, you know, he had all the buzz. Everybody was talking about him being a top pick, you know what I'm saying? And then also the contract that was going to come with being a top 5 pick would have been so much bigger than what he ended up getting. And then he gets terribly injured during a meaningless, I think it was a Fiesta Bowl game. I mean, he gets injured to the where they didn't think he was going to play again. So it was that bad in Jaylon Smith's mind and the people around Jaylon Smith and all that kind of stuff. So his draft stock just pummeled, you know what I'm saying? It just plummeted. And then the Cowboys, in a very emotional scene, I know you remember it, when we actually drafted Jaylon and gave him that opportunity. You saw the fire in him at that moment, that he was going to do everything he could to get back to where he was, which a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen. So we went through all of that. We went through the drop foot, the nerve damage and everything. And let me tell you what, I'm a guy who loves work ethic. Working hard is the only way to get to your physical goal. Really all your goals, all your goals, working hard makes them materialize. But particularly when it comes to your physical body, the only way to get that thing right is working hard and concentrating on what you're actually doing. And he did it. I mean, it took all that time. You know, while I was telling you about the drop foot and everything, it took all that time of us worrying when he would, you know, doctor said this and then doctor said that, then doctor says this. And then I think it was 2 years ago. I know it was 2 years ago. I'll post a video here. But I made a video of him in training camp, and it was called Jaylon Smith is Everywhere. And that's when you first saw his physical nature coming back to where he was over here and over there. And you can see all the movement, the quick movement and everything like that. He was very raw, of course. He was outrunning the ball and all that kind of stuff. But you can see the body was back to that he looks like, you know, a raw rookie. You know, when a rookie just comes in and he starts running around and everything, he looked like that. So you could see, you know, him coming back. And now he's come full circle. He's the leader of our defense for a long time coming, and that feels great to have your brain of your defense locked up for the future. It feels like, to me, when I think I told you during training camp, when the offensive line walks out together, it just gives you a good feeling that is the nucleus of our football team. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but that offensive line is the nucleus of our football team, and they are locked up and they are a tight unit, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. So I'm super happy for Jaylon. To me, it was a no-brainer. You had to get that guy in. As for the rest of them, I'm still hoping for the best for all 4 of them. Amari Cooper, I'm not worried about. The Cowboys kind of back themselves in a corner and have no choice but to sign him, unless you want your 2019 first round draft pick to walk away too. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense, to spend a first rounder, a guy that was going to be on your team for the next 4 or 5 years, to spend a first rounder on a half a year's work for a wide receiver. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The good part of that is Cooper's attitude, that I don't feel like he's going to use that leverage for his advantage. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I believe. I believe you don't jeopardize your character for money, because, in my opinion, good character attracts money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can be this guy and do what's right here and do what's right up here, rather than, you know, playing the market and getting what you can. I understand that mentality, but I just don't think you should jeopardize your character on the way doing that. And I just don't think Amari Cooper is going to do that at all. I think he's gonna give us a great deal. We're going to give him a good deal, and we're going to move forward with that. Not really worried about that at all. Dak, I'm not going to really talk about. I just don't. I've talked enough about him. I don't want to go on another quarterback search with Jerry Jones or Jason Garrett. That's what it boils down to. I mean, Jerry just wanted. I mean, the last two quarterbacks Jerry was sick over, Manziel and what was his name? Went to Buffalo. I'm not Buffalo, Denver. I just lost his name, but Paxton Lynch. So Johnny Manziel and Paxton Lynch. So it could last. Going on a quarterback search with Jerry Jones could last a long, long time, and I don't want to do that. Byron Jones, I'm going real hard for that guy. Super intelligent, super athletic. I mean, both numbers on both sides are off the charts about his brain capacity and his athleticism. He's just as much of an impact off the field as he is on the field. His character is golden, and that translates to the younger members of the football team in ways that you can't, put in the stats and things of that sort. So that means a lot to me. He does have to work on those turnovers, but since Byron Jones has moved to corner, he's gotten better and better. And then you look at the size that he has and the physical nature that can go up against the Michael Thomases of the world. It's just that's something that I feel like we should do. Zeke is the one that causes me the most stress. I mean, this is the conundrum we're in with Zeke. He's easily the best player and easily the most replaceable player, and that's not a good combo. It just leaves you in like a crazy spot. Dak. And on the flip side, Dak is probably the worst individual player of that crew. They're all first rounders or whatever. Dak is probably the worst individual player, and that's not a slight on Dak. I'm just not at all. But his position is almost impossible to replace in a seamless and timely manner. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback with Byron Jones is right behind that. When you have a long corner, like I said, that can cover these big receivers out there and cover the fast ones, it's hard to replace them. Both would be high draft picks, and then you have to hope that you got the right draft pick. So, and on the flip side of that, running back can be addressed in one offseason. Sometimes during the season, I think Philadelphia, when they won the Super Bowl, they made some running back adjustments during the season, still became one of the top rushing teams in the league, and won a Super Bowl. So, it is what it is. Lastly, before I leave, you gotta love Jerry Jones and all his narcissistic splendor. He says, "I've earned the right to joke with Zeke." So you know what that says, basically, when he told that reporters. He said, "I've done things for Zeke that you don't know about, and I can say and do whatever I want." Don't mess with Jerry. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Holla, peace.